Morning. Thank you so much, Shweta, BLL, for a wonderful opportunity to do my first session and making my debut at the BLL in that sense. So, because Casey said anyway, you'll get a chance to speak, so introduce yourself a little later. So, I thought let me give you a little bit of a statistical introduction because this short session is on sales. So I thought let me give a slightly statistical introduction. My name is Hariharan Iyer, the Enter Trainer. So I hold a registered trademark for the term Enter Trainer. I hold two other trademarks also, which I'll talk about later. So totally 3 years, 3 trademarks. Next year, around November, I will be completing 25 years as a full-time learning and development professional. In that, more than 20 years is in sales training, so which is what actually brings me here. I'm a certified, internationally certified trainer from America, from Ascentive, where I'd gone to the United States in 2017 to get certified. So wonderful. It was a wonderful program on behavior styles, which I adapted to selling styles in Dubai very recently when I did a session called Sell with Style. So it was an adaptation of that course. I've trained in India, right from Trivandrum to Guwahati. We've traveled a lot around India. And also a bit in Dubai, Nepal and Ethiopia. 2 years back I had a chance to go to Ethiopia. In my lifetime I would have conducted more than 1,000 workshops. So I don't have the exact number, but some kind of a calculation I did. I have more than 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel. More than 1,000 learning videos. Nobody's clapping for the number 1,000. So I'm an author of 11 books so far, which recently we launched in BSc also. Written over 200 blogs, more than 100 on LinkedIn and more than 100 on my personal blog site. We have an HSSE app. So my company's name is one of the longest in the world. It's called Hariharan School of Success Education. People struggle to pronounce my name and I have given them 3 more words to pronounce. So in short, it's called HSSE. It was established in 2009, so almost 16 years, I'll complete 16 years in this journey in November. I have a very passionate hobby to sing on stage. Whether anybody listens or not, I go and sing. And I have already performed 20 shows this year. Started this year.
So he sings here, I have heard him sing.
So we've done 20 shows, but I've been singing in the bathroom all these years, but now this time I got a chance to come out. So that's a bit of a statistical introduction. I just want to tell you, sir, that I failed in 12th standard science and they told me you're an absolute useless bugger, so please take arts. And so that's how I ended up doing 12th arts, then BA and MA. Now I know that the whole trend has reversed. Useless guys are doing science and all the intelligent guys are doing arts. So I was not useless at that time. If I did arts, and people doing science today are not useless, of course. It's all a perception in society. Okay, so coming to our session today, going to keep it obviously very short, but try and make it interactive and as interesting for all of you. एक शेर से शुरू करते हैं. आप लोग इरशाद वाह वाह वगैरह बोलेंगे.
वाह वाह इरशाद.
ये सब करना होता है. ये सब थोड़ा करना होता है, no? Because I have one problem. I must tell you that if the audience does not show energy, I collapse. And then that's a big problem. You have to take me to the hospital, get me admitted.
Draw energy from the audience.
Yeah, absolutely. Process my mediclaim and it's very complicated. So it's better in the next 15 minutes you show some energy so that I don't collapse. Okay. This is how I motivated some very silent audience in Ethiopia 2 years back. They were not responding because new culture. Anyway, across the world, not only Trump, everybody is suspicious of Indians. So I told them I will collapse and immediately they woke up. They said, no sir, you create a cross-border problem for us, diplomatic issue. So it is better. Okay. So एक शेर से शुरू करते हैं. बशीर साहब, गदर साहब का एक शेर है और उससे सेल से क्या रिलेशन है हम लोग कनेक्ट करते हैं उसको. उन्होंने कहा है कि लोग टूट जाते हैं एक घर बनाने में, तुम तरस नहीं खाते बस्तियां जलाने में. लोग टूट जाते हैं एक घर बनाने में, तुम तरस नहीं खाते बस्तियां जलाने में. हर धड़कते दिल को लोग हर धड़कते पत्थर को लोग दिल समझते हैं, हर धड़कते पत्थर को लोग दिल समझते हैं, उम्रें बीत जाती है दिल को दिल बनाने। उम्रें बीत जाती है दिल को दिल बनाने में। And one thing I understood in life was, if you are an entrepreneur, then it's not about numbers, it's about emotions. And if you want to be a great salesperson, then you have to love selling. You have to sell from the heart. It's not about, like Ajit sir very rightly said, it's not that he may be making the only such product in the world. There are many people who are making those products. Many have come, many have gone, many have succeeded, many have failed. The reason he has succeeded is not just because of the product, it's because of the relationship and the story behind the product. So we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go along. Today what I'm going to do is, I'm going to share with you so that it's very easy for you to kind of take away something from this session in the form of a model, in the form of a little formula, and that is called as N, P and P and P. So it's N, P, and 3 P's. Okay, so that it's easier for us to retain. I'm not here to give any lecture on how to be a great salesperson or how not to give discounts to all these amazing entrepreneurs that all of you are. I'm just here to share some ideas because the topic was wonderful. So the topic was suggested by BLL. So I thought I put some effort into trying to figure out what best I can offer based on my own understanding and my experience. So are you with me?
Yes.
So please don't take it as like I am some coach and I'm giving you gyan on how to do this. You know, I have already achieved so much in life. See, achievement is a continuous process. The only reason I gave the statistical introduction was if I die today, at least I will not have a regret of not having tried in life. That's the most basic thing I have done in life. I have tried. Maybe I have achieved something, maybe I have not achieved something. It doesn't matter. We all have to try every day. That's the whole idea. So what is N? N stands for, how many of you value your product dearly? Whatever product you have created. You have created a wonderful community, you have created some learning product, somebody has created a chemical product, somebody has created a coaching product, somebody has created pickles. How dearly do you love your product? Do you love your product?
Yes.
Do you love your product?
Yes,
Then the
absolutely.
first lesson in life is, if you love your product, you put a price to it. And price evolves over a period of time. The chemicals that Sir must have sold in 1995 would obviously be at a rate which was in tune with those times, but it would still have a value proposition attached to it. And over a period of time, your pricing will keep improving, evolving, changing. That's what has happened with me also over the last so many years, that now I have been able to ask for what I want. I may still not exact, because mine is an intangible product. It's not really something you can touch and feel. But I may not exactly always get what I want, but at least I know that in negotiation there is a concept called BATNA. We heard about BATNA? Best alternative to a negotiated agreement. So if I quote 1 lakh for a session, I know I'm ready to settle at 70,000, for example. So I'm a little clear about my value proposition, because we live in a country where discount is always asked for. So you already budget it. And so companies are very smart. When they say there is something free with it, they've already budgeted the costing into it. So nothing is coming free or nothing is coming at a discounted rate. They've already budgeted for it. So you have to be a little society and culture conscious also with certain products, where you say that, okay, I'm not going to go below this. So N stands for your Lakshman Rekha, where you will say no to discounts or a lower price and walk away from the deal.
No regret price.
No, just learn to say no. Amitabh Bachchan in Pink. No केवल एक शब्द नहीं है, एक पूरा sentence है. So you say, the first thing is to learn to say no. Somebody says, it happens with me all the time, you're asking for so much money, ऐसे तो 10 वेंडर खड़ा कर देंगे, मतलब 11वां वेंडर से करा दीजिए, but मैं नहीं आ सकता ये सेशन में. Okay, maybe today I have fortunately got a little bit of leverage to say no. In the initial days, obviously, when you're setting up your business, you are ready to go with the flow, so to say. But you have to learn to draw the line. And you have to say no. And we have a problem in our country. We can't say no very easily. Even when customers are raising objections, they don't say no on your face. A lot of people think that I am getting rejected. Actually, nobody is rejecting you outright because it's a culture issue. In the Western societies, they are far more candid. They will tell you yes or no. In our country, they will not tell you no straight on your face. We will think about it, we will evaluate, we will ask, we will take advice. Actually, they are telling you to get lost. but they are not able to say it in
Words.
Say it in so many words. So, but it's not about the customer telling you no. It's sometimes you telling the customer a no, that it can't be offered at this price. So then we have to give the service somewhere else. Happily give it. In fact, I will refer you people who can give you the service at a lower rate. At least your people will not suffer. So they will get the service. So what's N stands for?
No.
N stands for no. And whom do you need to tell this no to?
Customer.
First to yourself. First to yourself that I am not ready to go below this demarcated line. My Batna is already sorted. Without below that, I am not ready to have any discussion. Second is, your product is not just a product. It is connected with your personal brand and the personal value that you create in the marketplace. It's about you. Who created the product?
You.
You created the product. So who is the foundation of the product? You are the foundation of the product. So for me, I can find similar products everywhere. But how will I connect emotionally with that product? I cannot connect with the product cannot talk to me, but the owner of the product can talk to me. Or I can read something about that owner. Now, I want to give a classic example of Steve Jobs. So before that, let me ask you a question. When is a product sold? When is a product sold? When does a product get sold? Yes, sir.
In the mind.
In the mind, okay. I'm looking for more practical, less philosophical answers.
Trust. When
When the need has been established.
When the need has been established.
Trust has been
Trust
established.
has been established.
When he or she finds that the value that he is getting is more than the price.
Thank you so much. I love you, sir. It's safe to tell men I love you. Not entirely these days, but it's okay. So, oh, hi, Usha. So I love you as a participant, okay? Don't take it in any other way. Very risky. Yeah. So this is what a friend of mine, Mr. Ramana, taught me many years ago, wonderful sales professional. He said a product is sold when the value is greater than the price. Can you repeat after me? When is a product sold? When the value is greater than the price. So a lot of people, we talk in management circles, we talk about Nokia versus Apple as a case study. Till about 2007-8, Nokia was a market leader in smartphones. And we thought, and we still love that Dandawala Nokia phone, our first smartphone that we used in our life. The first mobile phone that we used in our life. Apple displaced them so badly that they almost went bankrupt and almost out of business, and Nokia then fought back. Now, what is interesting is, today, it's amazing that there is a product launch which is televised live across the world, as if it is a presidential or a prime ministerial address. And people wait for that. And the next Apple product, I am told yesterday, my cousin told me it's coming on the 9th of September. So our friend Tim Cook will go live and he will talk about the product, and millions of people around the globe will be watching. That same smartphone which he will be selling at say 1,50,000 in India, that a similar featured smartphone is available for you at 30,000 also. Yet when the Apple store opened at the BKC, people were lining up as if during our days, sir, we used to line up to watch an Amitabh Bachchan film. You know, सुबह से line लगाते थे बच्चन साहब का picture देखने के लिए. So you can get the same featured mobile at 30-35,000 with similar features, but people are lining up and paying more than 1 lakh to buy that iPhone. Why are they buying that iPhone when you can get it at 30,000? It's not the price, it's the value. And the value comes not just from the features in the iPhone, it comes from our emotional connection with Steve Jobs. He's quoted often everywhere, and that man was something about passion. So he went to John Scully and he asked him, why don't you join my company? He was a big shot in Pepsi. He said, you're mad or what? You stupid startup you're running and you're selling mobile phones, and I'm a big guy in Pepsi, everything is sorted in my life. So Steve Jobs just took him aside and asked him one question. It's a classic in recruitment. It's a classic management case study in recruitment. He asked him a simple question. John Scully, you want to sell sugared water all your life, or you want to come with me and change the world? What do you want to do? Do you want to sell sugared water all your life, or you want to come with me and change the world? John Scully said, I want to come with you and change the world. And that's how he joined Apple. Now that's passion. Why iPhone sells even after Steve Jobs has left the world is because of Steve Jobs. It's not just because of the iPhone. So when you create your product, whether it's a jewelry product, whether it's a chemical product, whether it is a coaching product, whether you're starting a community, whether you're selling pickles or anything else in your life, people want to know who is that person inside that pickle. Who is that person inside that jewelry? What's your conviction around that product? How much do you believe in that product that you have created? Or you have created only because you want to do business and make money? And Henry Ford, who created a revolution in the small car business in the world. He was the first in the 1920s to launch his version of the Nano. At that time, an affordable car. He's a pioneer in creating affordable cars. And he said, it's a classic quote by Henry Ford. People don't believe me, Shweta, when I say, so I don't say anything. I quote all the other great guys. You don't have to believe me. Please don't believe me at all. I'm a small man living in Chembur, across the border. Okay? But Henry Ford said, if the purpose of your business is only to make money, that is a very poor business. If the purpose of your business is only to make money, that is a very poor business. So your product has to be your life. You live and die for it. You commit yourself to it. So what is the N? What does N stand for?
No.
Personal brand.
No. P stands for personal brand and value. It's connected with your product. Now, where does this personal brand and value come from? Only because from your how smart you look. 100% I'm telling you, nobody comes to my sessions because of my looks. I am totally convinced about it. They come for some other reason. So that comes from the purpose. What's the purpose of your business? Just last week I had this great opportunity to interact with 2 dynamic women entrepreneurs where I helped them evolve their purpose, vision, mission and value statements for their business. It's absolutely critical to know why you are running this business. And if you say I am running this business because I want to make money, I am not saying this. Henry Ford said that it is a very poor business model. Sir he can sit in Hawaii and relax all his life. 54 crores, abhi pata nahi. 5 plus 4 is 9 crores. Utna bhi main bana lega to bahut ho gaya. So he can retire, but he is not. Because it's not about the money. Yes, it may be in the initial stages, especially when you have to get married and all, you have to show some passbooks. Father-in-law pehla sawal yahi puchta hai. Tu karta kya hai? Kamata kya? So everybody goes through that process. So the important thing to understand, it's not about the money, it's about the purpose. Why? So what is Apple's purpose in life? You should read this book by Simon Sinek, Start with Why. It's one of the
Start.
classics in
It's a
management.
very good book, yes.
So I'll just give quickly two examples of two great purposes that I discovered from that book. One is Apple's purpose. Apple's purpose is to challenge the status quo. That is their purpose statement. Whatever is in existence, just disrupt it. Not for the sake of disruption, but through innovation. So that's how, so in the traditional Android phone, it takes 4 steps to make it silent. If you remember. The old Nokia phone, you have to press a button, go to another setting, come down. After 4 times, it will become silent. iPhone gave you one button on the side of the phone. Just pull it down, phone is silent. That's it. It's as simple as that. So that is innovation. Simplification. Innovation means not something fancy, but something which simplifies your life. Something that simplifies your life. So what is Apple's purpose? To
Disrupt
disrupt
innovation.
and to challenge the status quo. Tomorrow if they launch a bank, that is what they will do. They'll challenge the status quo. If they launch a credit card, yeah, I'll wind up in 5 minutes. I have 5 minutes. Yeah. They will disrupt the credit card business. If they get into training, and I don't want them to get into training, you know, so if they do that, they will disrupt this business also. You know, so that is how they are. Starbucks, very touching example. You should read Starbucks story of Howard Schultz, who was the CEO of Starbucks, who was an employee of Starbucks, rose to become a CEO. He says the purpose of Starbucks was not to sell coffee. The purpose of Starbucks was to build a platform for people to have conversations over a cup of coffee. Coffee is just a byproduct of the purpose. The purpose is to build a community where people come together, have conversations. So what do we say? So where can we meet? Where are we meeting next week, sir? Starbucks. Yes. You know, so that's the beauty. You see how it percolates down to how a human being lives on this planet. That is the power of percolation of purpose. And the last and my favorite, all this is wonderful gyan, but if we don't have this, then we are not going to get anywhere in life, and that is called resilience or persistence. It takes time to build products. It takes time to learn to say no also. It takes time to build a purpose. It takes time to build value. You know, there are a lot of people who say that गली गली में ट्रेनर है. तो मैं बोला मेरा भी एक गली में मैं भी रहता हूँ उस गली में. So the differentiator is not in the quantity of people who are doing the business. The value comes from the emotional value that you create around what you are doing. It's your passion. It's the commitment. It's a dedication. Is he running the only chemical factory in the world or in Navi Mumbai? No, right? But what is the differentiation? The differentiation is not in just the product. Yes, there are certain features might be a little different. Look at Tanishq, for example. Look at the Tata Group. They relate with their value system. They relate with their sense of purpose and their huge sense of persistence. More than 100 years, every third Indian uses a Tata product. That's the power of the Tata business. Please read 2 books. Hashtag Tata Stories by Harish Bhatt and another book on the life of Jamshedji Tata, the founder of the Tata Group. Absolutely very, very inspiring. So persistence, you cannot give up. If you really believe in what you are doing, if you think this is what and you have to be, once you start a business now, then you have to live for that business. That's your life. Yes, some people have to go back to jobs and those things happen. The script is written upstairs. But what we need to do is we need to keep trying. So quickly, so what's the NPP learning today? N is for? No.
P is for personal brand and value.
Value which is connected with the product. Because people don't buy the product, they buy you. People are not buying the iPhone, they're actually buying Steve Jobs. People are not buying the Tata product, they're actually buying Ratan Tata. When Ratan Tata died, we all felt a personal sense of loss. He's not related to us. I have never met him at least. But we felt, somebody from my family has died today. That was a sense of loss. That's the connection they create through that sense of purpose. And द पर्पस एंड परसिस्टेंस. एक शेर से एंड करूंगा जो मेरा फेवरेट शेर है, विच इज रिलेटेड टू परसिस्टेंस. आज बादलों ने फिर साजिश की, जहां मेरा घर था वही बारिश की. कभी कभी भगवान सोच लेता है हरिहरन को 2025 में इसकी बैंड बजानी है, तो हर महीना हरिहरन की बैंड बजाता है. आज बादलों ने फिर साजिश की. कभी कभी वो चुन लेता है, वो क्यों चुनता है उसको मालूम. आज बादलों ने फिर साजिश की, जहां मेरा घर था वही बारिश की. अगर फलक को जिद है बिजलियां गिराने की, अगर फलक को जिद है बिजलियां गिराने की, तो हमें भी जिद है वहीं पर आशिया बनाने की. अगर फलक को जिद है बिजलियां गिराने की, तो सांप ने सोचा तो जितना भी तलोजा की बैंड बजा, मेरा फैक्ट्री तो तलोजा में ही बनेगी. तो जो करना है तू कर. So I hope I could add some value. God bless you. Thank you very much.
And I still remember our first discussion at BSc, last BSc
Yes,
event में,
yes.
where I told him you have to join BLM. He was just leaving, and I think we had just met once.
Absolutely.
And he said, why? So I said, you first invest, then I'll tell you why. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Hariharan. So now we will quickly, can we show the calendar for the next month? What is left? Just quickly. Okay. So this is the calendar. This is being shared with members. Everybody else can take a copy. We want all of you. Next हमारा business पे चर्चा online है. We will be doing one online session every month because there are a lot of people from other cities who will join. Spring Connect हमारा 22nd August है. At Airoli Sports Association, the team has the registration. You also please scan and register. Make sure to come. Sprint Connect हमारा monthly networking session है, जहाँ कोई session नहीं होता, सिर्फ networking होता है. You know, we will have around 100 people and multiple rounds में आप 5 मिनट दिया जाएगा